Hey you, Naisha D. Feliciano from AttitudeOn10.com here. It's been like 2 years. Like literally, it's been like 2 years. I have seen when I do come on so many comments, questions that I have not been able to get to. A lot has gone on aside from COVID, right? Um, and I can't wait to fill you guys in. But I really do want to pick up where I left off. I know that I had a lot of viewers, a lot of questions, and a lot of things happening. Congratulations to all of you who have gotten calls, who have gotten into Housing Connect. I did post those up 2 years ago, just out of the kindness of my heart, just wanting to help people. I know that there's a lot of questions out there, and I'm going to make another video separate from this one, answering some stuff, and also sharing some experiences that I had after. You're gonna want to watch that one. But for this one, I actually did promise and was telling people, right, you guys, to actually go for the apartments anyways, even if you didn't have a job, and that I would help you with your resume. In my defense, I did post up a video that was discussing how you can write your resume. I went through the whole nitty gritty. It was like an hour long, and I put the links and the format that I wanted to offer you guys, like so that you could plug and play and kind of just go on and be able to put your information in the slots of where, for the resumes that I made. And unfortunately, I was getting messages from people saying, well, I need access and I cannot access it. It's because it was an editable file, right? And when that happens, it means that anyone who logs into it can edit the file, which means that you guys would have all been editing like a file. And then for me to put it up as a PDF format, it would just give you an idea of the format of the template and not exactly something that you can fill in. And that wouldn't really be too helpful, right? So I'm going to do things a little differently today. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to use my whiteboard that I already have set up over here, and I am going to instead literally walk you through the format, how you can find the information and fill in your resume. Now, I have been writing resumes for professionals in all industries, right, since I was in college. And I started it as like a little side hustle, and I was like, you know what, I need to make a few bucks on the side, to get like the little things I liked when I was in my late teens and early 20s. And I was a killer at it. Like I was so good. So people just kept coming to me, and even to this day I don't do it like all the time, but I still have people that do come to me and say, hey Naish, I need a resume. I know you know your thing, so hook me up, right? And what I've noticed, even 10 years later, is that the format has not changed. There is so much fancy pantsy stuff out on the internet. I even see resumes with people putting their pictures up on their resume. If you're doing that and you still aren't getting the call, you still aren't getting the interview, then obviously that doesn't matter, right? It's all about keywords. It's all about just it being simple, readable, to the point, and like I cannot emphasize the keywords enough, right? So today I'm going to walk you through how I've been able to do it. I don't have not one client that has not gotten an interview or a call within the first week. This is a very simple, straight to the point, one-page resume. There are longer ones if you have like a bachelor's or a master's or a profession that would become more than a job or a career, like a doctor, engineer, where you would want to share very specific hard skills. I do those too. But today I'm going to keep it very simple. The concept is all the same, right? So I hope this is helpful, and I want to try to make it as, to the point. And I'm also going to add a link down below from this one video that I saw, a very short video that teaches you how to format it, right? Step by step. You just play it, pause it, play it, pause it, and you can format it yourself, okay? So let's go. Okay, loves. So my head is a little cut off, but that's not the important thing here. We are going to start off with the heading, which is always on top, your heading, right? And I hope that you guys can see that well enough. Let me see something. I think this marker should be writing better than this. Bear with me. Let's draw some hearts. Oh, you guys can see how long I haven't like even used any of my tools. What is going on here? We are going to make this happen because the devil is a liar. And we are not going to let him infiltrate. Oh my God. Okay, I just went through the works. Again, I'm a little cut off, but that's not what's important. What's important is what's going on this board. So, my markers just tried to act up on me. It's been a while, like I said, but you know what? I have made a commitment and I said I have to get back up on here. So we're gonna, again, start with the heading, right? And whoever knows me, if you guys know me like personally, you know I just love my red. It's my thing. And this happens to be the one marker that's working. It's the red one. Anyway, so the heading, right? There are some tricks that you can do, especially for people who feel like they don't have much. Let me move this closer. Who don't have much experience, right? You can write your name, right? And then right underneath, address, right? And then here, phone number and slash email. And this takes up 1, 2, 3 lines, right? Or, you know, for the heading, you could do, again, on the top, heading on the left side would be name on the left side. And then on the right side, the address, right? And the phone and email, right? This takes up less lines. This takes up more, right? 1, 2, 3. It would take up more space to make your resume look like it's filled in, right? Like if it just takes up the page. You ever had a resume, right? And you only have like one job or something and you're like, it just feels like it's not enough on the page. Makes you feel a little like inferior because of that. So that's a trick that you can do, right? For the heading. That's easy peasy. But one thing I'm going to say for sure, okay, that I hope you guys take with you is you need a pro email. You cannot use booboo@gmail.com. It needs to be professional, okay? So in my case, Naisha Feliciano at whatever, right? It needs to be professional, okay? That alone, if I was a hiring manager, I would put your resume back in the pile, okay? So you want to make it a professional email over here, okay? So that's very simple, right? That's like literally straight to the point. Bam, bam, bam. You could choose whether you want to keep that center or whether you want that to be on the left and the right. The name could be a color like blue. That's where you can add a little personality to it. But you keep that either centered or the name to the left and then to the right, your information, right? And then these are this is the exact format, right? That these are the components, more alike, I should say, that it consists of. It's going to be your objective. First thing first, objective. 2, qualifications. / skills. Okay. 3, experience, work experience. Okay. And then number 4 is your education. Right? And then, of course, at the end, you always say references furnished upon request, right? But let me break these down. The objective should be specific. It should be very specific to the specific industry that you want to work in, right? And the qualifications and the skills should be specific as well. Now, if you don't have much work history, then that's fine, right? We can work with the skills that you have doing regular stuff. Like if you dealt with or helped somebody else at their job, you can add customer service skills. If you know more than one language, you can add that as a skill. There are so many different skills that people do not give themselves credit for. Okay? Be creative with your skills and qualifications, right? Your work experience as well, right? It's all about the keywords, right? And this should always be done, okay, in year, month, format. Oh, I'm sorry, I just did that backwards. Excuse me. month, year format, right? And we'll go over the format in a second, but this is exactly what you need on your resume. Now, this could actually translate, right, into something different. Let's say you have more education than you do work experience. Then this would become a switch, right? You will put your education first to highlight the educational components that you have that make you the good candidate for the job, right? Let's say you have more work experience and more education and the qualifications aren't much, but you feel like you could convince them with your work experience and your educations. So you might bring your qualifications down, right? And your skills down here. It all depends on what you feel will sell you more for the position, right? And this is what I do when I get clients, okay? I say, well, I ask them for their education, their background, the jobs they've had, and then I say, okay, how can I sell this to the employer, right? How can I write this in a resume that'll sell it to the employer? So this is the part that gets me, because it doesn't matter, right? So now you're probably like, where am I going to find the set of skills? Where am I going to find the, how am I going to explain all the jobs I've had? How can I make it sound good? This is what I do. I'm giving you the tricks to the trade. I lie to you not. It's this simple. I know that I'm working with those 4 components. I already know that, right? So how, right? This is what you need to ask yourself. How do I cater to the position? First question, how do I cater to the position? What are you applying for, right? I cannot emphasize how a resume is supposed to be specific for the type of job that you're applying for. So for example, if it's retail, right, then research it. Let me tell you how you research it. Indeed. Monster Jobs, I think it is. Monster Jobs. Yahoo Jobs. Google it. That's the number one thing that I get. How do I know what to put on my resume? Move this closer. I hope you guys are getting this. All right. What do I put on my resume? Why are you guessing? Don't guess, right? Don't guess. So if you know that you want to do retail, right? Look up retail. Look up TJ Maxx and go to one of their positions. Go to cashier. They're going to give you all of what a cashier does. You could even, you know what I've even gone on and done? I've went to Indeed and I've actually looked up jobs in Chicago, jobs in down south, jobs in Florida, because I want to see how they're wording it in these other places, right? And then that's where your keywords come in, because the keywords is how you cater to the position. That's how you cater to the position. I cannot stress that enough, right? So you're probably saying, okay, Nisha, well, I'm not going to plagiarize, right? I'm not going to copy and paste. I'm going to tell you right now that you should copy and paste what you find online and put it on one sheet, one spreadsheet, not spreadsheet, I'm sorry, just one regular Google Doc, right? You can put what you find in one regular Google Doc. So your Google Doc's gonna end up with a whole bunch of just copy and pasted skills, right? Like a whole bunch. Like I want you to go on Indeed, go on Monster Jobs, find job postings from other places, go into wherever it is. Let's say you want to work for Bank of America, right? You go, I want to be a bank teller. I'm going to look up Bank of America, bank teller positions, and then you're going to go to the job description and qualifications. And you are going to copy and paste that into a Word doc. Then you're going to see that they have keywords, okay? They have keywords. They have specific skills that they want. And I'm going to use some very simple keywords. It might say, okay, well, let's use Bank of America, right? Bank of America as an example for teller. Teller, they want you to have customer service skills. They want experience handling money, right? They want front desk appearance, right? And I'm just giving you examples, front desk appearance. So you ante up all of these qualifications that you don't have to guess. This is how I get my clients jobs. I don't guess. I am not the hiring manager at Bank of America. I'm not the hiring manager at the city job. You know, I did a resume once, well, a CV, which is longer, for an engineer, a person who's going for engineering. And the CV was a few pages long, but I'm not an engineer. I don't know what engineers do. He told me his position. He told me where he wanted the job. It was at a museum. And I looked up the museum. I looked up the position. I looked up the keywords that they wanted for the qualifications. And then I went, and it's just like a story that they tell you to read, right? Let's say, like, you guys remember, like, in elementary school, right? And they're like, read the book and give us a summary. And you couldn't plagiarize, right? Like you had to, but at the same time, it was okay just to switch the words up. The teacher just wanted to make sure that you actually read it. And actually, when you cater to the position in this way, it makes your resume stand out. It really makes your resume stand out, right? So you make sure that your my marker is running out. The objective, the skills and qualifications, right? The work experience, okay? The work experience. You make sure that you cater that to the position that you want, right? You cater that to the keywords that you found, because that's what makes it stand out. And listen, as far as format, keep everything to the left. Bullet points, please. Easy to scan and read, because the artificial intelligence, the AI, the artificial intelligence that they're running these resumes through, okay, unless you're handing it specifically to the employer, the artificial intelligence is not paying attention to your photo. They're not paying attention to the fancy fonts that you're using. They're looking for words. They're looking for these words. They're looking for words. And you need to know that the words, the keywords, and the qualifications are being handed to you by the companies themselves. Go find out what the companies want. You don't have to apply for a specific company, right? So let's say, well, I want to try management in a retail store. I want to do management. I want to be getting paid at least $20 to $25 an hour. I want to do it seasonal, and I'm going to apply for Macy's and Century 21, and just giving you an example, right? For some extra cash, I'm going to do that for the season, right? I'm going to look up each of those places. I'm not going to add in my subject line to grow as a manager and sharpen my skills with Macy's. No, in a retail environment, right? You use your words as wordplay. And if you, right, are not good at paraphrasing, right? So you're not good at paraphrasing. You're like, okay, Naish, well, got that, right? All of the qualifications are there. They're actually in the job description. But, you know, I'm not good with words. How do I transfer this to my resume? You know, I don't want it to sound like this. Bullet point, maintain the front desk And that's another thing. Get specific, get technical, right? I would never put on your resume, answered the phone at the front desk. We want keywords. Pick up the keywords from these job descriptions. More than likely, it is answered a multi-line phone, handled switchboard, and transferred calls to appropriate personnel, right? These are keywords that are going to stick out for that AI, for the artificial intelligence that's running your resume and looking for keywords, right? They're not looking for a telephone. They're looking for multi-line phone, transferred calls, right? Get technical with your words. Now, if you get stuck with that, not everyone's good with words, right? You need to utilize, I'm going to use money green. Let's hope money green works for me. You're going to utilize Pinterest. Literally. Go on Pinterest, okay? Go on Pinterest and look up power words for XYZ job opening. Power words for this or that, right? Another one that you can use, not even Pinterest, just Google. Google, honey. Google. Okay, so for example, I know some of the words that are used over and over again that I do use them too. I'm not saying I don't use them. I'm saying that, you probably get tired of using them over and over. But words like, we're going to leave that alone and I'm going to take this off here. Let's talk. Words like maintained, right? Maintained or maintained, helped, assisted, right? These are all like verbs, right? That show action, that you did action, supervised, managed. And they can get a little repetitive. Go to Google, okay? You go right onto Google and all you do is put assisted synonyms. I'm telling you, I am handing it to you in a platter right now. This is how I create my resumes. I don't guess on my clients' resumes. I don't guess what the employer wants. I don't guess what they want to hear. I don't guess that they're going to magically just open up their resume. No, I have to make sure that I deliver. I do my research. So all you have to do is know your format. Where are your strengths? Is it in your education? Is it in your qualifications? Is it in your skills? Is it in your actual work experience, right? And then you fill in those spots first. Your outline is yours to keep, right? Make sure that it's aligned to the left. Very simple, easy to read. Act like you're the hiring manager, right? I don't want to read a resume where I'm like, oh my God, like I've been like here for like ever, just like reading through this and why do I have to search for this and that? No, give me exactly what I want, exactly what is catering to the specific position, right? And you can do that for several jobs in one resume and just make it sound that good for that specific like position, right? And I hope I'm getting this through to you because I'm really giving up to you my exact steps. This is exactly what I do. Again, it is not plagiarizing. You're not like copying exactly off of the qualifications or the job description. You're just being strategic, and this is really how it's done. And you can find templates online. I do get a little fancy. I'm pretty good with my Microsoft Word, so I do some shading. I add some columns, and I do little cute things like that, some bolding and some italics, and you can pretty much jazz it up. Don't do too much. Again, keep it simple. 12 New Roman. You can highlight, have your name a little bigger than the rest of the text. But other than that, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Literally. And you use your pre-existing jobs and make it sound good. Highlight the skills that you were able to have in those opportunities for the new opportunity that you want. Now, I hope that that helped. I am adding a link in the bottom. Like I said, it's a very simple video that I saw. I love the outline. It's one of the ones that I use, which is just like qualifications and a few columns, work experience, and then education. It's one of my go-to templates that I use. However, you can find plenty templates online as well. Okay, keep it simple. Don't trip over it. Your keywords are the most important thing. Stop guessing. Look up the position. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that. Okay, now I also have an offer for you. So I gave to you exactly how I do it, step by step. However, I know that still people probably don't have time. People probably don't have the patience, right? Because it does take some research, it does take some patience, and it does take some work. About 3 to 4 hours at least to actually write up a good one with good keywords and etc. So just for the month of December, I'm not going past December because this is not what I do anymore, but I did promise this video. I am offering to create 3 resumes per day. I can only do 3 because I'm only one person. It does take a while. I don't do BS resumes. I do my research. I do speak to my people, to my clients, and I make sure that I'm helping them get what they want. So I am offering, and this is only for the month of December. So if you're watching this in January, you could try to shoot me an email, but chances are that I'll shoot you an email back and say that I'm not creating them anymore. But for the month of December, as a way to give back, and I want to help people just bring in the new year, the 2022, making some money, honey, and doing what you want to do, right? Look, Trump went for president. If he can do that, okay, not having any background to run a country, stop holding yourself back. Stop feeling like an imposter for anything that you want to do. Set out to do it and let me help you, okay? I am offering you, okay, for $60, you would get a full brand new resume, even if you don't have any experience. I know this is gonna blow you out the mind, but look, if you want, you could jump on a call with me, okay? And I call it a confidence call. It comes with a price. So for $60, you get a 30-minute confidence call and a resume, okay? A brand new resume that you will have in 24 hours. 24-hour turnaround time. Now, I can only take 3 people at a time, like I said. So you're going to send an email to newjobresume2022@gmail.com if you're interested. It's first come, first served. So the only way you'll know if you got chosen or if you're one of the first ones is if you receive an email back from me. So I can only do 3 per day. I'm willing to take on 3 per day. So again, you're gonna send an email with the subject line resume in all caps, subject line resume. And in the email, just say, hey, saw your video, or hey Nash, I need a resume. And if you were one of the chosen ones, then I will shoot you an email back with my business phone number. And this is a complete legit transaction. Like, I'm gonna send you an invoice and everything, and I guarantee that you will get a job with the resume that I build for you with specific keywords, okay? And I will coach you for 30 minutes. I call it a confidence call, just so that I could convince you that you can have that job you want. And even if you don't have any work experience, I want to help you feel confident in the experience. You have life experience, okay? All of us have customer service experience, okay? And I just want you to feel empowered in 2022. Don't bring in the new year broke. Apply for that house, that loan, those things that you want. I just hope that I'm coming across, my energy is coming through. Again, I'm going to be making more videos. I'm going to show up for you guys, I promise. Like, and I'm promising that to myself. I'm just ready to put it out there. I got good things coming this week. I'm even going to help you guys do a cleanse for the year, like leave all this bad stuff in 2021. If you know me, you know I love the spiritual, the cleansing. I am a certified crystal healer, and I'm bringing all that attitude on 10 goodness to you. But again, if you want, and if you're watching this in the month of December, then that means you still have a chance. Every day, I'll reply to 3 emails. Okay, send the email to new job resume 2022. And if you receive an email back, that means that you have been chosen. I will send you an invoice and we'll go from there. Okay, $60 will get you a 30-minute confidence call and a brand new resume catered to your skills, your strengths, and to help you get that job that you want for 2022. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm so excited to be back. It's on. And I will speak to you guys later. Naisha D from AttitudeOn10.com signing out. Good night, guys.